Welcome, YouTube friends and family, to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So, today you find me in my car. Where are we going? I hope you'll stay tuned to find out. Well, y'all, we made it. I have to laugh a little bit. I think I went past Aunt Sid's Tater Patch on the way here. I'm at the Springfield Antique Center, and it's one of my favorite places to shop. They used to have two stores, one a little further down the hill. You can't really see, but down the hill, we're right by the highway. They have sold off that land. They consolidated, and it is really nice in here. It's a lot fuller than it used to be, but they sold that off to a gas station, Quickie Mart type place. But those roads I were on were the chip and seal, you know, the gravel and the sprayed tar, and you had to pull over to let a car pass. Two people can't pass. So glad I made it. Let's go inside and see if we can find some really cool things. All right. Wow, they have really changed this since I've been here last. There are way more delineated booths. It's huge, guys. It goes to like over 800 different dealers. So let's take some time. I don't think I need a beer thing. And just take a look and see what we can find. Now that is rightly cute. I don't know what it is, but it's just a little tin. Very, very cute little Asian themed tin. I actually met the owners of this lovely couple. I'm gonna try to talk over the music. This is a beautiful old clock. I have one similar. That was my grandparents'. It's 45. They have some very old coffee grinders. 45 as is for the pair, so there must be pieces. But yeah, there's no drawer for the coffee, but they have some unique things. I think they called this like hobo art. Just some fun and different clocks, different little country pieces. This isn't my particular style, but I can admire it. And this is a very cool lamp. It is a roll of 16,000 feet of baler twine, but it's also a lamp. So if you look behind here, and it could be mine for $70, and it's got a very heavy base on it as well. Not the table, just the base. One of the things you will see a lot are Longaburger baskets. This one is 7. This is a 1988 Christmas for 16. So sadly, you know, Longaburger's out of business, but the baskets did not hold their value. And if y'all remember, I had tons, and I sold them all at an auction to help fund my mom's care. And it was kind of amazing to see what they went for. Some were fairly rare and went well, but a basket, this one's $12.50. It's a salt and pepper. These baskets sold for big money back in the day. I'll try to talk over the music. This is a lovely vintage Christmas tablecloth. It's $65, but you don't often find them. Sorry, I'm not doing a good job. With the red still bright, that's the thing that fades, so that's super pretty. I actually had mine from my childhood. And a very sweet fall apron. And let's see what they want for that. 18. This looks like handmade, and I would guess that to probably be 60s. This is a fun booth with lots of hobnail milk glass, just plain milk glass. I actually have my mom's candlestick. I can't tell, I think that's a 39. And the fan base back there, 40. You know, if that's something you enjoy. I actually have it because my mom loved it. It was never something that I collected. Beautiful candy dish, I would call it, 39. And kind of a unique eye slip picture. When I say eye slip, the lip is made so that your ice cubes don't pop out. And that is a floral picture for 22. That's quite reasonable. I have quite a few pictures. That's not my colors, but it's very pretty. And guys, I'm trying to talk over the music. So this is a vintage Pyrex coffee carafe. If you know, I collect these. It's a little pricey at 25, but it does have the stopper, and the band is in really good condition, so that's kind of neat. Swinging around here is a really good condition left-in sleigh. That is a manufacturing defect, and it's 29. And the matching salt and peppers down here are 15. But aren't those cute? I always am attracted to the Christmas items. And this was a more recent Longaburger. It's a canister basket. Does not have the liner, but in the white, kind of pretty. So they have, these things are built like battleships, the Stanley thermoses. I have a couple old ones from my dad. So just lots of things here. I do not buy anything normally that's, you know, advertising alcohol. Hello. This is for Great Western champagne, but I'm always attracted to it. Let's see if I can get that glare off because of the graphics. I think I've shown this in a previous video. This is a very cool and in really good shape bar. And it is an Eames Knoll Daystrom Mid-Century bar for $1,000. So some of these mid-century pieces really go for some big money. Old soda fountain syrup containers, I guess you would call them. But this is always a fun booth. They have a lot of smalls. And this is a cake stand. I would knock it over, Frankie would. But it's called a chicken cake stand. It is $35, but it is really pretty. It's chicken down here too. And you know, I always admire things like this, and then I think about storing it, because this would be a spring summer piece, and then you would want to put it up. And I already have all the things, but I think that's quite lovely and very inventive. I'm always attracted to chicken things. So this is a very fun Christmas booth. And funny story here, these blow mold candles we had when I was a kid, and they are $70 each. And I can remember I thought they were so tacky, and it always embarrassed me. They have some very pretty ceramic trees with a very pretty price. This one's very similar. This one is only $149, shorter. And then the white is $129. But it's always fun when people have booths that are just Christmas. You see some really unique vintage items usually. Like, how cool is this? It's a revolving musical Christmas tree. Let's see if we can get to the price of that. I don't know. Shortcut problems. We'll just bring it down so I don't knock it off. Okay, here we go. Oops, it does work. $49. It's a little smushy in the back, but you know, you could display it like that. But that's really cool that it still has the original box. Sorry about bobbling around, guys. A blow mold Christmas tree with the original box. Sorry about the ding-donging. Some They're ornaments. I don't know that. Nope, those are not Shiny Bright. These are Shiny Bright. These are very old with the Uncle Sam. Well, the box is very old. I thought I would share with you this really cool vintage game. $62. It is Milton Bradley, made in the USA. I would imagine that might even be 40s, but definitely 50s. Really cool. Sounds like it's got all the pieces in it. We'll put that back where it goes. And kind of continue on here. They just have a lot of randomness. So new things mixed with old things. And you always have to look up because sometimes the treasures are up high. There's a lot of Longaburger. Really cool mid-century modern set that they've marked down to $1,000. And it's a set of 3 Herman with 2 chairs, sleeper sofa as found. It's really, really cool. It's got the mid-century legs. The chairs are like a bright orange, so this would make a sweet little set for sure. Lots of mid-century lamps. This one is $125. It can get quite pricey. This one's $100, has a unique design on it, and the honeycomb one is $70. So, and some vintage jewelry, lots of kid things, Pokemon cards, etc. This music, I swear. So this is a very, very cool whole casserole. I did remove the tape and look. 20, wouldn't that look sweet in the kitchen? That's just a glaze defect. I have purchased from this vendor before as well, and he always has things, or she, underneath that bear looking at. This is a Hasek fan for $59. Wow, how things have changed, right? By the colors, I would almost guess 70s. Lots of dinnerware. That is a beautiful, beautiful oil painting for sure. A good mid-century chest of drawers. Bassett Mayan chest for $50. Cool old radio. Neat treat tray for $15. So his prices, his or her, are always quite reasonable. And some lamps. This is cool, textured barware. You name it, he's got it. This is always a fun booth to come into. So much vintage, really cool things. So the little ghost candle, $45. The little cat with the pumpkin, $175. You also have a lot of Christmas. Older, with prices to go along with. Little Easter, some putz houses, which I have a couple, but I certainly didn't pay $85 for a putz house. So lots of blow molds. These are just outrageously expensive. This one is $200. So yeah, we'll pass. Really cool candelabra, probably 50s, maybe 60s. Some Christmas socks, vintage pictures, and then all the blow molds. I thought this little ghosty guy was so cute, but he is $125. So no blow molds today, but lots of fun to look at. So here's a blast from the past. Look at this swing arm rocker. It says it's luxury, furniture, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 1958. Swan arm. Oh, okay, rocking chair, $185. Do any of y'all remember this type of colonial almost furniture? Well, we made it back. I had to go back the same way that I went. Oh, that is an awful detour. It's probably going to be that way, they said, for like 3 months. So, note to self. So let me just say a word about the Springfield Antique Mall. 1, the music was too loud. Am I getting old or what? 2, since they combined the two, this is really the first time I've been there when all the booths were full and all of their renovations were finished. Guys, I've never seen so much junk in all my life, and a lot of it was junky. I am not a fan of probably 2/3 of what is in there now. There's a lot of new things. There is a lot of like just weird like garage sale things that aren't really well kept. And that was not typical for that location. So the Heart of Ohio Antique Mall is definitely a different experience, but it's also pricier. So I need to be on the search for a couple new places to search. But I did find 2 treasures, y'all. So this I did not show on the video. So here you go. So this is a speckle glazed. It is probably, well, yes, it was made by MFG. That must be their initials, no year on it. But my good friend Peggy and Norm over at Crazy 4 Retro, I've mentioned their channel a million times. She has sent me several like drip glaze and speckle glaze vases. And when I remodel my entryway or just change up the paint and the decor, I have another shadow box. It's a mid-century modern shadow box. And I was hoping to put these in there. Hello, Frankie. He's glad his mom's home. The other item I did show, and that's this gorgeous Hall casserole. Does it match? I think it matches. One of the nice things about these heavy pottery, I'm going to take the tape off. These all have to be like baptized, sanitized, and prayed over because Lord knows who's touched them, right? And in case you're wondering, that might be something good to bring up here. How do I clean what I buy? The first thing I always do, whether it looks dirty or not, is I wash it really well with just like dish soap and water. I'm gonna have to soak off the tag. But see, the glaze inside is really, really nice. And the reason it's 2 colors here, excuse my finger, is because they changed the pottery color. The next thing I like to do, you know, if it's a wettable item, is I use the Thieves cleaning spray, because that will kill like everything that I ever thought about landing on here. So it's a good germ killer. Anything from there is strictly to make it look nicer. So I might use Sprayway, like a glass cleaner on something like this. But I will wash that well because it is full of dust. And I have all sorts of sizes of bottle brushes. They come in handy when I'm doing vintage shopping. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. It was a little bit disappointing for me. I tried to find some of the better booths to share items with you. But, you know, some days are winners and some days are not when you go to a vintage store. It depends on what you're looking for. A lot of their big vendors that had a lot of mid-century have moved away, have moved out. I don't know if it's a cost thing, if it's a change in how they're organizing the store. They've built little booths and they have tons and tons of locked glass cases where you have to, there's a button, you know, every so many feet you can push to get customer assistance. I personally don't look in the glass cases. I may be missing out on something, but it is so random in those cases. First of all, it's more pricey, but I feel like I have ADD and like I don't know where to look, and they're super tall and, you know, like about this wide each booth, top and bottom. So, you know, it's a lot to look at. Plus my feet get tired, my back hurts. But at any rate, you know, we made it through. So this is a new week. What's up for this week? I'm not sure yet. I'm very ahead. I know, don't fall over. Who am I, right? On videos, I'm actually more than a week ahead. Today is August 13th. It's a Sunday. This week I will be helping Lord willing with my aunt's estate sale. So I knew I was going to be tied up a lot, so I wanted to get ahead. I will be taking, not this week coming up, but the following week, I will be taking my painting class. And guys, I have a couple crafts coming up that I'm so excited to show you. Really excited. Not expensive, good value, easy to do. So we'll be doing some crafts coming up for fall. And they're not all Halloween. They're fall-ish. I think all three of them are fall, as a matter of fact. So that's coming up. Y'all, every time I go out to the tomato patch, I want to cry. So yesterday, and you should have seen the video by now, where I did the whole entire roaster full of, I'll just call it tomato sauce. And I was like, yes, I'm caught up, until I went to the garden. Oh, no, I'm not. I mean, this is probably 15 pounds, maybe more, of tomatoes. And we're still going strong. So my plan is, as long as I'm getting food, I'm going to find ways to preserve it. I'm looking at my new small batch preservation cookbook, I guess you would call it, or instruction book. Sorry guys, I was in that. Probably came from the tomatoes. And trying to find some unique recipes that I will eat. I've been craving corn salsa, but honest to goodness, I was too tired to go to the farmer's market after all that. I did want to share very quickly something that you can get on Amazon. And I don't know why this never occurred to me before. So I'm sure you all have seen just how beat up I am. I always have like boo-boos and scratches and such. This arm's not as bad, lefty. It just occurred to me, what? There's got to be a product. Well, there is, guys. There are gardening sleeves. I really like these for a couple reasons. I have big forearms, muscular forearms, I guess you would say. I don't want to call it fat. This has a Velcro top, so it's going to adjust for your size, and it has a thumb hole, but they pull up enough you can still get gardening gloves on. What I like about these is they are cut resistant. So if I snag on sharp chicken wire, I shouldn't get a cut. So super excited about these. I don't have to try to wear like a heavy duty shirt. I could still, you can go sleeveless because your arms are protected up to here. And they weren't expensive at all. They have fancy ones that look like, sleeve tattoos. And that's not really, I'm a little old for that. So, see, these are ANSI cut A6. So I'll leave a link to those to my Amazon affiliate link. And if you have interest, they're out there. They have a million different colors. I just chose blue because I kind of like blue. So I got to figure out what I'm going to cook in my casserole dish, because I'm definitely going to be using it after it gets baptized, sanitized, sanctified, and pray the Holy Ghost over it so I don't get sick. All right, y'all. Do me a favor. Smash that like button. Drop me that comment below. Which is your favorite item? They kind of match, don't they? What would you have picked up if you were me? Did I miss something that I showed you? Don't forget to leave that comment. I love hearing from you all. I read each and every one of your comments, and I try to answer everyone personally with your name. And if I don't know your name and you tell me, I'm getting better about remembering people's names. So I hope to hear from you soon. But until then, be healthy, be well, be blessed, take care.